Welcome back to the channel, and we're on part 8 of our road trip to Skye. And yesterday we crossed over onto Skye and stayed at George and Alison's. Spent a lovely evening with them, and she was happy catching up with them after they moved up here and retired. So quick breakfast with them and then said our goodbyes. And what we're going to do today is a loop right around the north side of Skye in one day, and then we'll head off of Skye and head down somewhere around Loch Shield. We'll probably camp tonight, kind of just winging it as we go. So not been up round here for 10 years anyway, round the top of Skye, and it was a lot busier this time than before, a lot more tourists now. It's got to be expected though. It's all money, that's the thing. So I was just riding along, cruising at 50, 55, G behind in the van, keep an eye on the mirror for her, pulling if I need to. Not rushing up here, too many cars and too much scenery to look at. Now, this Enfield is absolutely in its element here, right now, on this road, just bopping along, looting around, fantastic. So the plan was we'll just ride up to Portree and I'll get refill there, and then we'll head up past the Old Manor store, probably pull in somewhere up near the Kilt Rock. I think the car park's closed just now though, the road works. But yeah, just cruise around, enjoy it. It is a Sunday, so quite a few things will be closed, museums and stuff. Even though Skye's attached to Scotland Now got a bridge, it's still a Scottish village, and you've got to respect that. And Sunday, of course, is a day off for many people. It's more so you'll notice that on the Western Isles than Skye, but yeah. So listen to the bike up through these rocks, thundering through it was brilliant. The scenery is absolutely breathtaking up here. Sadly, didn't get sunshine. When the sun shines on the rock there, on the crevices of those cool ones, they look absolutely amazing. But yeah, absolutely stunning. This is what I dreamt of doing with this bike. Being up here, seeing this sort of thing. Fantastic. So happy. That's what we want to see, an old series Land Rover. Look at that, fantastic. I'd love to drive my Jeep up here. I couldn't afford to with the fuel. If I could, I would do it. I would drive it up here. I know it would do it no problem. Done 2,500 miles in the last 2 years on it, just scooting about, so it's more than adequate at doing that. So we're going to stop in at Portree and I'll get some petrol.
Eight litres, 147 miles.
So on the trip, I've been taking notes. That was 8 litres, 147 miles I did. Just taking notes for folk want to know what the fuel consumption is on my bike, like the touring and long distance, sort of more difference compared to say commuting. So I've got it all written down on the phone anyway. So a nice new road section here, heading up out of Portree. You see the old man of store in the distance? What I was not expecting when we got up there was like a full-on visitor centre and about 50-60 cars parked that was mobbed. So she was behind the van, I just signalled let's just keep going, so she got a thumbs up for her. Too much like tourist trail. So here, I'm glad I've got trail tyres on my bike. Look at all the chips on the road. Kept my distance behind the car in front because I didn't want a stone in the face. Anyway, there's a local. You can always tell a local. Probably like they're on the WRC circuit or something. I didn't know the roads, I guess. So, Staffin will probably be our next stop because the car park you see there was closed for the Kilt Rock. Obviously getting it all resurfaced or something. It's a shame because there'll not be a lot of water going over the waterfall now, but it's quite spectacular. So the road surface deteriorating a bit now, you can see. Not potholes though, just cuts and stuff with snow ploughs and that. Anyway, we're going to go in up at the top here, Staffin. You'll have heard of this place for the dinosaur footprints that were found on the rocks. Sadly though, it's high tide, so we did spy folk trying to find them, but obviously didn't see anyone jumping about with joy and taking photos, so obviously they're under the water here. See the folk? So that's down there where they are. And this is actually the first time I've come into this bit of Skye, into this wee road end. So we had some lunch down here and just chilled out for a bit. So this is onto the north side of the island now, on the top. All single track now for a while. Plenty of photo opportunities. Get pulled in off the road to take a photo though. There you go, we pulled in, we're there. So further along, we spied a building up top of the hill on the right, so I thought I'd go up for a look. It's actually on the horizon this now. So I drove up the track. Hadn't switched the camera on, I thought I had. So obviously double checked it, near the top, here we are. But what I was rewarded with, it's not a military building, I just wondered what it was. Obviously some type of farm storage thing. However, the view on the other side into the sea revealed there's 2 sea stacks that I never knew about. Something in nosy as you do. It's not military, I don't think. Some type of barn. Just interesting with the doorways at the end like that. So, couple of photos up here before dropping back down to G at the roadside. So something I have noticed passing a lot of these crofts is the distinct lack of old vehicles. So gone are the days that the crofts used to have all the old cars lying, and you see generations of cars, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s cars. In the 90s they were full of Land Rovers, Hydroelectric and Maestro vans and Volkswagen Jetta pickups. or golf pickups, I don't know, caddies, Volkswagen caddy pickups, that's what they were. I think they were like Mark II or Mark III Golfs, and nothing now, which is a shame. I used to find that as interesting as the scenery looking at all the vehicles. Everything's cashed in now though, isn't it? And everything's sought after and worth. Old Land Rover are worth money. If they're rotted out, you put a new chassis on, the axles, the gearbox. It's like the Jeeps, it's all usable. And as I mentioned earlier, it just seems to be quad bikes left to rot away now. So a lot more remote up here, a lot less habitation as well. Quite bare, open. So up here also is a really good folk museum, but sadly it was closed being Sunday. What a cool. I don't know why they paint their implements so bright colours, because they weren't painted like that originally. But it's a tourist thing, isn't it? That's it here now. So we're now round the corner heading down the west side of Skye, and we'll be heading down to Ewig next, where you can get a ferry across to Harris. There it is, ferry terminal. And we thought we'll have our buyout lunch, afternoon, early meal, whatever you want to call it, up here. And we actually sat waiting to get served, and no one turned up to serve us outside. We got told someone would be out. So we voted with our feet and went to the other shop and got some food and sat at the van. And guess they're busy feeding other tourists. So there is another turn off further down. You can go out to Dunvegan Castle. I've been there before, we've both been there before, so we just continued down. Time we get down, be about tea time-ish, sort of down off the Skye anyway. So we stop at the co-op at Kyle Loch Alsh, get some supplies, something to eat that night, and then I'd be heading home the next day. G was going to stay up for a few days, however thunderstorm forecasts were starting to come up on our radio, so I think she made that decision the next morning just to head home behind me, and she was home a few hours after me. Anyway, that's for another video. So off we go. Beautiful road again, back on good surface. This was a fun wee winding road going down. So we're pulling at Slacken or Slishigan, however you want to pronounce it. Don't know the correct way to pronounce it. You know where I am, the campsite with the famous stuff about the mountaineering that went on, the coolings and stuff. Pulling there for some pictures, and then it's drive down to Broadford and over the bridge. On a day with cloud and they're all dark, those mountains look pretty menacing, don't they? So there you go, the famous statue there. And we managed to get a time when there's no coaches over there, so we had to like run up and get all our photos, and then the Chinese tourists arrived. And that's what you've got to do when you're up here, you just got to judge it. And I got my bike, a couple of photos of it. Be wrong not to. So Colin and Mackenzie are, of course, two men that became friends who climbed all the coolings, the first folk to sort of record the climbing of them all, and sort of sowed the seeds of a lot of modern mountaineering in Scotland. Look at that though, I mean that's just stunning, absolutely stunning. So that's us done the tourist bit. Head down to Broadford now. Camper vans everywhere, isn't there? Every lay-by camper vans. Was that a Triumph Stag? I think it was. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was. Pulling his older looking caravan as well. So yeah, look at that. Head coolings again. Fantastic. So we'll be soon down to Broadford and over the bridge. There's that wee moggy again. So we're over the bridge and down past Dorney and Elandonnan there again. So I never filmed much after this segment. Just enjoyed the ride up to Clooney, Loch Clooney. And we got parked up in a high spot, hopefully to get a bit of a breeze for midges. We've got a car park with no other campers at it as well, which is nice. Now that's a view, eh? Fantastic.
Cheers from Skye to Loch Shiel. Good night.
So hope you enjoyed that whirlwind ride around Skye in under 20 minutes. Anyway, just the top of Skye. So thanks again for watching. Part 9 will be up soon, and that is the ride home through the mist. Quite interesting, that one. So thanks for watching again. See you soon. Bye for now.